Continuing from the previous episode 2110, the Holy See's second faith lost. Although this situation is unbelievable for countless people, he really lost. He lost to that mighty demon, and he lost so clearly. Child of Light, this demon has a strange power, be careful. Hill gave Lu Hao a breathless glance, and immediately walked towards the ground below. He has angel wings, one white and one purple, and is invincible under reincarnation. But when facing Xiao Yan, the extremely terrifying power in his body was greatly affected by both Xie Yan and Shemu. Therefore, he was defeated by the demon Xiao Yan. A defeated general, Xiao Yan's eyes were indifferent, staring at Lu Hao coldly. The power of the devil in his body suddenly churned, as if he wanted to strangle Lu Hao. Until now, Xiao Yan had not used all the power of the devil, otherwise, once the power filled in the devil's Rubik's Cube tilted out, the entire medicine world would collapse in an instant. I don't know why, with the blessing of Xiao Yan's demon power now, Xiao Yan has become an invincible existence under the reincarnation level. He is so tyrannical, he can actually smell an extremely terrifying fluctuation from Lu Hao. It seems that the current Lu Hao has undergone earth-shaking changes from when he was in the ancient clan before. Many powerhouses below joined forces to deal with Austin, but they did not use the trump card. They were just anxious about each other. Kill. Light. Lu Hao was too lazy to talk nonsense with a dead man. His body slowly rose into the sky, the corners of his mouth murmured softly, and the light and spiritual sound of Sanskrit sounded. Whoa! As Lu Hao's voice fell, more sacred and pure rays of light appeared around his body, and after a while, it turned into countless large and small milky white vortexes under his control. Those vortices just emerged, and suddenly the energy of the whole world suddenly became restless, and countless threads of light quickly converged towards Lu Hao, decorating his entire body with a special sacredness. He seems to be condensing the power of light. This guy is actually absorbing the power of light. He must not be allowed to proceed smoothly. If it is allowed to absorb like this, it is very likely that it will cause fatal damage to himself. At that time, Xiao Yan frowned. The wood attribute and the power of the devil squirmed together, and then acted. In the milky white vortex, the suction is extremely terrifying. In just an instant, the bright aura on Lu Hao's body has increased a lot. This bright aura has a fatal suppression and threat to evil forces. Boom! Devil evil wood. Xiao Yan felt the extreme bright aura on Lu Hao's body, an unprecedented oppression hit, and suddenly Xiao Yan's body, Xiao Yan's pupils, etc. were undergoing extremely strange changes. The monstrous fighting spirit and terrifying evil power are making a comeback. I do, right? Inside his soul realm, Xiao Lei looked at the outside world with flickering eyes, as if the fiery in his heart was completely suppressed at this moment, and he shook his head while looking at the danger Xiao Yan was facing. However, above Xiao Lei's illusory body, a light group of thunder flashing with countless thunders beat violently. There are several energies of different strengths lingering on the thunderbolt, just like a human heart, and every beat will bring out a lot of life breath. Although I don't know why Xiao Lei can condense this kind of thing, but once he swallows this thunder heart, I am afraid that he will gain a new life and completely break away from Xiao Yan. But seeing Xiao Yan being attacked on both sides, Xiao Lei hesitated when he thought about Xiao Yan's past. He can obviously escape here with the power of the devil, but why is he here to fight against the powerhouses of the Holy See? Is he not afraid of death? Or, he's protecting these guys? He's fighting for these guys? Xiao Lei did not devour the heart of thunder, but quietly looked at Xiao Yan's attitude outside, as if his enthusiasm for breaking away from Xiao Yan had been restrained. Burn me! Tangle me! Xiao Yan was full of anger, and the endless killing intent swept through. The cold, evil and charming power shot up into the sky and shot at Lu Hao. Dong dong dong. Facing Xiao Yan's terrifying offensive, Lu Hao smiled slightly. This smile was extremely contemptuous and disdainful, as if mocking Xiao Yan. Crack. With a sound, Xiao Yan's seemingly terrifying attack fell into the vortex of light around Lu Hao without a trace, but it did not stir up any waves. But the divine might is even more powerful. How come? At this moment, there was a rare palpitation in the eyes of the demon Xiao Yan. It seemed that Lu Hao at this time was no longer a human being, but more like an apostle of light, a true child of light. Devil, accept God's punishment. Boom! Countless vortexes of light instantly formed a battle drum of more than 1,000 feet in the sky. The drum sound was terrifying to the soul. It stood in front of Lu Hao, and his palm gently beat the drum of light. Dong dong dong! Lu Hao's palm beat on the bright battle drum, and countless pleasant musical notes emerged. In the entire sky, countless demonic powers and demonic breaths were directly pressed back into Xiaoyan's body by these sacred musical notes, and a shock appeared in Xiaoyan's heart. Xiaoyan only felt that he suddenly fell into an icy shrine, and countless sacred notes washed and purifies the demonic power on his body. If this continues, he will definitely die. No, you must not use the clan marks of the Xiao clan. These guys are just guessing that I am a member of the Xiao clan. There is no definite evidence. Once I use the power of clan marks, the consequences will be disastrous. The power of Holy Flame doesn't work either. Dragon God transformation, Fighting Soul will not work either. Xiaoyan forcibly endured this kind of torture that was different from ordinary people. His teeth were buzzing, and countless demon powers were buzzing violently, telling endless evil. God, come! Seeing Xiaoyan's huge demon body being imprisoned by countless milky white silks, unable to move, Lu Hao was not ready to let Xiaoyan go, and the high-pitched Sanskrit chanted. Wang buzz! Fan Yin fell, and the 1,000-jong battle drum shattered, turning into a bright holy sword over 1,000 feet in size, slowly condensing on the top of this world. How can it be? The Holy Sea Judgment Holy Sword? At this moment, looking at the shocking brilliance of the holy sword on Lu Hao's body in the sky, Yao Wan and other high-level officials, who have always been calm, shrank their pupils violently and lost their voices. The Holy Sea Judgment Holy Sword is one of the few strongest single attacks in the Holy Sea. Although the power does not reach the forbidden technique, it is an invincible existence under the forbidden technique. On the body of the Holy Judgment Sword, countless divine radiance slowly intertwined, forming a beautiful chain of judgment, among which pieces of milky white feathers continued to fall, showing the endless holiness and suppressing all evil. The Holy Sword of Judgment. Xiaoyan murmured and raised his head, looking at Lu Hao's sarcastic smile and the Holy Sword of Judgment that purifies the world. The blood of the devil in his body tumbled violently, and on the skin wrapped in the devil's evil clothes, the hair fell down standing upright, the muscles were tense, and a fearful aura that looked at death as if at home swept out. At the same time, the devil's cube also began to wriggle, as if trying to tilt out all the devil's power. Cut! Lu Hao held the Holy Sword of Judgment, suddenly raised it high above his head, and then circled around his chest. After the dazzling divine brilliance was extremely dazzling, he waved it directly at Xiaoyan. Demon! Xiaoyan roared angrily, the power of countless demons gathered, the dark green energy in his eyes overflowed into layers of evil mist that enveloped Xiaoyan, and his whole body gathered strength, trying to resist the sword with the power of demons. The earth-shattering energy ripples ran around, and the whole world seemed to be completely pierced by the attacks of these two people, which was extremely miserable. Full book. Continuing from the previous episode 2111. Devil, go to *** with remorse. Seeing that Xiaoyan actually wanted to use the power of the devil to take this blow from himself, Lu Hao looked disdainful, and poured all the bright aura of his body into the Holy Sword of Judgment and swung it down directly. Now the Holy Sword of Judgment displayed by Lu Hao is powerful enough to kill Xiaoyan, even if Xiaoyan turns into a demon. If Xiaoyan didn't use some trump cards, he would probably be seriously injured by his own attack, and he would not fall. Wang buzz! The Holy Sword of Judgment was swung down, and the endless white brilliance, like the shining sun, bloomed with inexhaustible divine light. First, the milky white light feathers dripped down, isolating all the power in Xiaoyan's body, and then the holy sword slanted and fell down without any obstruction, and directly took the devil's heart. Dong dong dong! At this moment, the expression of the demon Xiaoyan froze instantly, countless demon blood flooded his body, and an extremely violent aura was like a flood of beasts, swept out uncontrollably. Boom! Xiaoyan transformed into a beast, directly wrapped in dark green evil mist, carrying a demon body, raised his hands high, and walked towards the Holy Sword of Judgment. Facing Xiaoyan's arrogantly standing demon body, the Judgment Sacred Sword's body exuded a powerful aura that shook the world with its milky white light feathers, and the sword body pointed directly at the demon Xiao Yan. Crack-Kacha! The holy sword came, and countless splendors enveloped the world, making countless human beings feel at ease. But this force acted on Xiao Yan, but it was depriving Xiao Yan of his life like an angry asterisk of death. Xiao Yan raised his hands, countless evil flames and demon trees lingered, and for a while he directly intercepted the holy sword with endless brilliance in the air, but the demon clothes on his body was buzzing, a trace of silk cracks appeared, and even the pair of hands protected by the power of the devil and the magic wood were violently burned by the flames around the holy sword. The sky and the earth turned pale. The dark green power of Xiao Yan's hands, which was blessed by the power of the devil and the magic wood, rapidly weakened, and his breath became weak. Obviously, the power of the Holy Judgment Sword was already close to the limit that Xiao Yan could bear today. The Holy Sword descended, and the endless divine aura suddenly fell. Under this divine might, the evil thoughts in everyone's hearts were purified. It seems that under the brilliance of God, any evil thoughts in their hearts are ashamed and filthy. Too appalling? Seeing Xiao Yan actually intercepting the holy sword with both hands, countless strong men couldn't help but gasped and looked at each other. Ha ha ha, I want to see how long you can last. Bright night. Although Lu Hao was surprised, but from Xiao Yan's calmness, he noticed that the void under Xiao Yan's feet exploded, and cracks appeared. Obviously, Xiao Yan paid a very painful price in order to receive the holy sword. Lu Hao's voice just fell, and a ripple of dawn light on the sky swept out of the cloud and mist, and directly injected it into the holy sword, making its power sharply increased. Oh! Xiao Yan let out a weak sigh, and immediately above his body, dark green energy slowly wriggled, and it burned gently like a flame. The divine power restrains and suppresses the demonic power in Xiao Yan's body. In addition to the demonic power and the hostility of the holy flame, Xiao Yan's fire attribute power instantly fails. In addition to the means of not revealing the clan pattern, dragon *** transformation, etc., Xiao Yan now it can be described as a single tree. Unless you use the devil's cube, unleash all the power of the devil. But like that, Austin may not be able to handle it. After all, this guy's power is probably more terrifying than Lu Hao. If all the demon's power is exposed in advance, I'm afraid Xiao Yan. Boom! Affected by Xiao Yan's power, the bright aura of the whole world trembled rapidly, as if some terrifying creature was about to be born. The aura of light was instantly extinguished, like a river of light, and all the water in the river of light was evaporated by the actions of the demon Xiao Yan. Demon power, right, that's right. Xiao Yan's sudden change made Lu Hao even more ecstatic. Lu Hao clearly thought that killing Xiao Yan with the holy sword of judgment was a fool's errand, but what he thought was to stimulate all the power of the devil, so that he could completely kill Xiao Yan with the power of his angel and the power of the Son of Light. Even if Xiao Yan is strong, he still has the soul of slaughter. This time it can be said that it is a holy war to establish his identity as the Son of Light in the Holy See. Oh! Just when Xiao Yan was about to fully activate the power of the devil, a faint voice sounded in Xiao Yan's body. With the appearance of this voice, the entire sky was suddenly covered with a layer of gray energy, and countless thunders emerged. The divine brilliance above the sword actually plummeted a lot. It's not yet time to use this power. Xiao Lei took one step forward, holding the thunder heart surrounded by brilliant colors in his hand, and said to Xiao Yan with a relaxed expression on his face. This is the only way. Xiao Yan shook his head. Now he has no extra strength to deal with Lu Hao. Xiao Yan, although you and I are both prosperous, there is always a question in my heart that I don't understand. Can you answer me? Xiao Lei said flatly. He seemed to have the answer in his heart long ago, but he still needed to make sure. Go ahead. Xiao Yan temporarily suppressed the power of the devil and said hurriedly. Why? Why are you fighting? For honor? For money power? I've always wondered. You are carrying a demon. You can leave alone in this battle. Why do you want to do this when you know you are going to die? Xiao Lei's eyes were like torches, and after he finished speaking, his eyes were fixed on Xiao Yan. Fight for protection. Xiao Yan's eyes glanced at the corner of his eye, ignoring Xiao Lei's changes, and immediately said plainly while resisting the holy sword. As soon as he finished speaking, Xiao Yan's words pierced Xiao Lei's nerves like acupuncture. For protection? Xiao Lei murmured and nodded, his body shaking like an electric shock, as if he was thinking about something. Die! Lu Hao's voice rang out, and the holy sword of judgment instantly emerged, splitting into traces of incomparably hot divine brilliance, killing Xiaoyan, who was close at hand with a posture of holding up the sky. The intensity of the scorching radiance is outrageous. Even a late-stage 8-star fighting immortal powerhouse, if it falls into it, I am afraid that it will be instantly annihilated, and both body and spirit will be destroyed. Not good. Seeing this, Xiaoyan's heart sank, and when he gritted his teeth, the devil's Rubik's Cube rolled around in his body, a trace of dark green blood flowed out, and the entire sky suddenly turned gray. Xiaoyan, thank you. Thank you for your care. This time, I will fight for you. Seeing Xiaoyan in such a situation, Xiao Lei laughed loudly. At the same time, the heart of thunder in his hand melted with his body, turning into a dazzling lightning current that rushed into Xiaoyan's chest. The terrifying thunder, like a majestic thunder lion traversing the entire galaxy universe, poured into Xiaoyan's body, merging and nourishing the original power that Xiaoyan lost due to the previous battle. Even in Xiaoyan's body, in addition to the dual attributes of fire and wood, a red energy crystal slowly appeared in the sea of fighting qi. Continuing from the previous episode 2112. Xiao Lei. The corners of Xiaoyan's eyes suddenly turned sour, feeling the monstrous power gushing out from his body, and lost his voice. Good brother, don't cry. I fought for you, and I will always be in your heart. Since you created me, I will merge with you today. Let these world people take a good look at our divine power. The last trace of Xiao Lei's voice disappeared in Xiaoyan's body, and suddenly countless thunderclouds fell from the sky, lingering around Xiaoyan, showing the supreme thunder. Since Xiao Lei was born, he has always wanted to break away from Xiaoyan, but both of them are prosperous, and Xiao Lei is very aware of many things in Xiaoyan's heart, so now the situation has to be so righteous. Crack! The golden thunderclouds, the gray thunderclouds, and the earth-shattering thunderclouds formed by the fusion of dozens of thunder powers released endless coercion, and the afterglow of the holy sword that troubled Xiaoyan instantly dissipated easily. This is a new attribute I gave you, Ray. The lingering voice curled up, in Xiaoyan's battle qi. In addition to the fire-wood double bucket core, a group of blood-red lightning bucket cores emerged. Thank you, dear brother. Xiaoyan took a step forward, and countless thunderclouds suddenly shattered, with traces of gray, golden and silver thunders turned into electric currents and surrounded Xiaoyan's body. Relying on the shroud of the devil's evil clothes, Xiaoyan's figure looked extremely terrifying. The fusion of countless thunder powers allowed Xiaoyan's dry body to get the best nourishment, and the blood-red thunder was extremely demonic, like the thunder *** above the 9 heavens, showing the supreme thunder power. It's a miscalculation. The holy sword was destroyed, and Lu Hao's body stepped back dozens of steps in the void, and immediately said in disbelief. Don't waste time. Now, the battle has become very simple. The corner of Xiaoyan's mouth raised a strange arc, and the light of electric current above his body crackled, and the entire sky was driven by void and energy. Very good. Lu Hao nodded, and at the same time, there was a milky white pattern between his eyebrows, shaking slightly. That is the divine rune of the Child of Light. Moreover, since the ancient clan went back, Lu Hao used the divine runes to perceive the power of angels. Although his strength did not increase, his control over the power of angels reached a whole new level. This time, I'll let you know why the angel. What is the supreme ** in this world? After Lu Hao roared, streaks of milky white filaments appeared on his skin, like hot flames burning his body. A dazzling brilliance that penetrated the heavens and the earth appeared. He is condensing angel wings. And the angel wings he condensed were even more tyrannical than Hill. Devil thunder punishment. Xiaoyan smiled contemptuously, his body suddenly shrank with thunder, and his fingers suddenly raised to point towards the center of the thunder cloud in the sky of the medicine world. Wang buzz. The clouds in the sky were easily pierced by Xiaoyan. The next moment, with Xiaoyan piercing the clouds as the center, countless thunderclouds gathered in the entire medicine world. The colors of those thunderclouds were extremely strange, and they were all blood-red. The blood-red thunderclouds are powerful, and they are exactly the same as the power of thunder in Xiaoyan's body. Impossible. Wood attribute. Thunder attribute. You devil! Seeing that Xiao Yan was able to summon Lei, Lu Hao's expression shrank violently, and he was full of jealousy. Xiao Yan is a holy flame, and he is an alchemist. Even if he controls the dual attributes of fire and wood, Lu Hao will not feel anything. But the thunder attribute, this is different. From ancient times to the present, the strongest people in the Great Thousand World have only just cultivated two attributes. What kind of virtue is this Xiao Yan? Fire, wood, thunder, and even this extremely mysterious demon. 4 powers? Wang Buzz. Just when Lu Hao was extremely angry, the blood-red thunderclouds in the sky were densely packed together. After a few breaths, under Lu Hao's shocked expression, countless thunderclouds and thunders appeared, and finally they were in Xiao Yan's place. Under control, form a blood-colored thunder lion with a body that exceeds 1,000 feet. The blood-colored thunder lion is extremely shocking, only revealing the extremely ferocious head and domineering tail, while the other bodies are hidden in the blood-colored thundercloud, which is extremely mysterious. But at this guy's lion tail, the scarlet dazzling blood-colored thunderlight, like Lei Wei who destroyed the world, is brewing unparalleled power. Purple-winged angel, give me the verdict. Finally, after feeling the fierce thunder power of the demon Xiao Yan, behind Lu Hao, the wings of the 3-winged angel slowly condensed. The 3-winged angel's wings were extremely uncoordinated, and even because of this, Lu Hao's body swayed in the sky. But everyone knows that with the blessing of these 3 purple angel wings, Lu Hao's strength is already comparable to a strong man who can step into reincarnation. If you use the power of an angel, even a strong man like medicine 10,000 yuan, I am afraid that he will be killed in an instant. Oh, 3 purple-winged angels? The son of the dignified light actually has today. Seeing Lu Hao's frantic appearance above the sky, the demon Xiao Yan's body was constantly flowing with thunder. He said with a smile, he was not in a hurry. Originally, the power in his body was dry, and he had to use the power of the devil to fight against Lu Hao. Now, with Xiao Lei's righteous fusion, his power was healed. Even if he didn't use the power of the devil's source, killing Lu Hao would not be easy. Oh, Xiao Yan, book is going to kill you. Seeing Xiao Yan's face, Lu Hao couldn't help but go mad. The power of angels is extremely terrifying, but it is extremely troublesome to cultivate. The wings of angels become odd-numbered wings, but they are only to move towards a wider high position, so it is also the only way to go. However, the strong with the power of angels regard the odd number of wings as a shame, and unless their lives are at stake, they will not reveal this power. Lu Hao is also worthy of being the famous son of light in the world. In just a few months, he has cultivated a pair of white angel wings into purple, and even cultivated a 3rd wing. If this continues to grow, I am afraid that it will become a real powerhouse in the Holy See in a short time. Lu Hao, for the Holy See, let's collect some interest from you first. Xiao Yan's voice fell, and an endless killing intent flashed in his pupils. Immediately, the blood-colored thunder lion in the sky was also summoned by Xiao Yan, and his tail suddenly swayed. Boom! The lion's tail swayed, and the space in the entire medicine world immediately became shaken. The ground shook and the mountains shook, the wind was blowing, and it was a miserable scene like the end of the world. I'm afraid you don't have that ability. 3 wings divine light. Lu Hao roared coldly. His eyes became incomparably clear, and the 3-winged angel's wings were gently stirred behind him, and countless sacred lights emerged, vaguely forming a magnificent and incomparable sacred around him. Palace. Boom! The blood-colored thunder lion tail suddenly waved an attack, and an unprecedented offensive broke out. It is different from ordinary attacks. The lion tail flashing with blood-colored flames was directly cut off by the thunder lion and fell from the sky. The countless ancient and mysterious lines on the lion's tail show the power of endless destruction. That kind of flame is not a flame, but a representative of the extreme power of thunder. The void exploded directly, and the lion's tail fell extremely fast, as if it was suppressing Lu Hao with a weight of hundreds of thousands of pounds. The long-lost feeling of suffocation finally made Lu Hao's expression dignified. This demon is not only extremely tyrannical with the use of the flame holy flame, but even this kind of thunder attribute that has just been controlled, is also so terrifying. Continuing from the previous episode 2113, the blood-red thunder lion tail fell, and the whole world was immediately divided into two halves. Countless cracks, large and small, erupted in the extremely stable sky in the medicine world, and the cracks spread from the void to the ground. Looking at this deafening attack, the whole ground, one after another cracked earth gap, is frightening. Guru, the battle of the people below, the eyes suddenly became quite strange, and even looking at the two fighting in the sky with a glimpse of the corner of the eye, would they feel an unprecedented fear? Xiaoyan, this guy seems too frightening. Aside from Soul Void, the old Lingxi people couldn't help muttering. This Austin seems to be deliberately delaying time. What are they going to do? Now that Hill has lost his fighting power, and the jury is dead and wounded, do they have anything to rely on? Or what are you waiting for? Yao Wanwan kept shaking his head. No matter how tyrannical their attacks were, they would easily be destroyed by Austin's defense, and Yao Wanwan even felt that this threat from Austin was even more tyrannical than Lu Hao. The Holy Palace of Angels. Give it to me. Feeling that the tail of the Thunder Lion, which is so close at hand, is like lightning, the offensive is awe-inspiring, Lu Hao continued. Whoa! 3 purple angel wings fanned, and a trace of purple brilliance slowly brewed, and the holy palace in front of Lu Hao was even more sacred by its carvings. In the purple holy palace, strands of graceful angel souls, the shadow, which is forcibly depicted on it, condenses unprecedented terrifying power. It's over. Xiaoyan's expression did not change, his fists were tightly clenched, and the Thunder Lion and Lion Tail, which were controlling the rolling thunder, suddenly fell, and launched a powerful blow against Lu Hao. Combining the thunder attributes of various Dan Thunder and Thunder Master power, the terrifying oppression of the sky and the earth swept out. Dong dong dong, the two just joined forces, and the splendid sacred palace was smashed by the fierce thunder. Even the angel's soul shadow above the sacred palace barrier was instantly shattered. The lightning flow flickered everywhere, and there were ferocious thunder dragon whine. Thunder pythons are intertwined, and scenes of thunderstorms are staged here, which are extremely dazzling. The holy palace began to collapse. It seemed that it was because he couldn't bear Xiaoyan's terrifying destruction, and it was because Lu Hao hurriedly moved the angel holy palace before he had cultivated the 4 angel purple wings. The holy palace has been unable to resist for a long time. The misty angel saint pattern around him was easily destroyed and torn apart. It seems that every time the thunder appears and falls, it will bring a devastating attack. Thunderbolt. Zizizi. Seeing this, Xiaoyan's eyes contained a rare scorching heat. Immediately, his whole body squirmed with strength, the thunder do core shook suddenly, and the blood-colored thunder filled his body. Lu Hao has been embarrassing himself several times, but this time, let him kill him completely. What about the Holy Sea Children of Light? Did I lose? The sacred holy palace collapsed. Watching Xiaoyan's intensifying aura of thunder, Lu Hao suddenly gasped heavily, and a round of extremely shining supreme divine marks erupted between his eyebrows. That kind of power, as if the gods who traveled 9 days heard the prayers of the devout servants, descended here with endless divine aura. Lu Hao, it's over. Xiaoyan roared coldly, and countless thunder force rushed out of his body, gathered on his fist, his chest buzzed, and the thunder force circulated on his skin, extremely terrifying. Cece. In the face of Xiaoyan's terrifying attack, Lu Hao's eyes were a little dull and he stood in the sky. Immediately, the sacred lines between the eyebrows released a very strange power, slowly filling his body, and even the 3 angel purple wings behind him. Exudes a touch of elegance. Ha ha ha, that's right, that's it. At this moment, seeing Tian Lu Hao being forced to such a degree by Xiaoyan, the first believer Austin laughed. There was no worry in the smile, but a strong sense of excitement. This guy, Yao Wanwan and others were also puzzled, so they could only entangle him secretly, but the Yao clan's clan protection formation slowly showed signs of turning, and even Zuner showed signs of waking up. Soul of slaughter, Lucifer. The high-pitched voice is like a divine voice shaking the world, paralyzing the souls of everyone, and washing away the countless darkness in this world. What it is? With one punch, Xiaoyan's thunder fist, which was enough to kill the 8-star Do Xian, was as if it had hit an unbroken stone, and it was bounced back directly. There was a beautiful figure above Lu Hao's head. Xiaoyan was shocked and quickly backed away. Wang Buzz. At this moment, the demonic power in Xiao Yan's body suddenly began to boil uncontrollably, the filled demon cube shook violently, and an extremely violent aura erupted as he looked at Lu Hao. Dong dong dong! Lu Hao's eyes suddenly changed a color, turning into a touch of white that he had never seen before, as if he was free from all things in the world, the most clear and pure. Body emerges lightly. The looming soul of Qianying slowly emerged, and the whole world became quiet. The soul of slaughter was brewed, and immediately above Lu Hao's head in the sky, a huge soul shadow appeared across the sky and the earth. At a glance, it turned out to be a dazzling illusion. The blue holy light shone on the earth, and countless people only felt that the calm heart suddenly felt a little restless, violent and murderous. Lucifer's angel's soul shadow emerged. She was like a god's mansion, standing in the sky. A single frown or a smile could destroy the sky and the earth. The whole body was like a perfect art piece carefully carved by an angel, perfect. This soul shadow is in the top ranks in both appearance and strength. Blue Saint Mang, killing soul, Lucifer. Xiao Yan's pupils shrank tightly as he stared at the unrivaled angel shadow in the sky in disbelief. At this moment, Xiao Yan was not doing any unnecessary actions. The soul of slaughter is just a shadow of Lucifer, contains a trace of original power, but it is this power that makes Xiao Yan seem to be facing the end of the world, and countless powers are instantly frozen at this moment. Unable to display that kind of oppression, indescribable. This guy is definitely the deadliest opponent Xiao Yan has ever encountered so far. Even the Lord of Soul Eater, the Demon Emperor, etc. cannot confront it head-on. I am afraid that only the Thunder Lord who has successfully reincarnated and the Golden Dragon King who has recovered his strength can fight against it. Soul of slaughter, Lucifer. What kind of tyrannical existence is this? Above all things, the first person under the mansion? Xiao Yan didn't know. It was just the demonic power in his body, the unprecedented ferocity and scorching heat, and an aura that was fearless and fearless emerged. That feeling seems to want to compete with Soul of Slaughter. Please remember the first domain name of this book. 4 Novel Network mobile version reading website. Continuing from the previous episode 2114. Killing soul? At this moment, Yao Wan's body trembled uncontrollably, and his voice was melancholy. Soul of slaughter. This is the most powerful power given to the Holy See by the kingdom of angels. With her, the child of light is already invincible. Lucifer, the soul of slaughter, she is the law enforcer of the kingdom of angels. Her strength has already surpassed heaven and earth, and is above all things. In the power of the angel kingdom that is mainly based on healing, her power is incompatible with the angels, and even has a mutation and became the law enforcement officer of the angel kingdom. Even so, she belongs to the top of the angel kingdom. Rank. She is a god. Yao Wan shook his head weakly, and information that was difficult for ordinary people to understand emerged from the corner of his mouth. Dong dong dong. At the same time, a golden flame lingered around Zunar's body, showing the incomparable magnificence. The 9 golden crows with pleasant charm burst out with an unprecedented terrifying aura. Ha ha ha. When Austin saw this, he was shocked, and a milky white energy burst out, breaking away the crowd around him in one fell swoop, and immediately lifted into the air. No, to be more precise, it was crawling on top of the head of the Son of Light, at the feet of Lucifer, the soul of slaughter. The Son of Light Lu Hao is very talented. As early as the moment he awakened the divine mark of the Son of Light in the past, he was spotted by Lucifer, the slaughtering angel of the angel kingdom, and personally shattered the void. On the day of the awakening of the Son of Light, Lucifer once said that as long as he completely controls the power of the Son of Light and steps into reincarnation, she will personally lead him to the kingdom of angels. Once he enters the kingdom of angels, Lu Hao can serve as Lucifer. Disciple. For this reason, Lucifer personally gave himself a trace of origin, forming the soul of slaughter to protect Lu Hao. All the glory is only waiting for Lu Hao to step into reincarnation and control the divine runes. It is a pity that Lu Hao was Yuli by the villain, trying to control the supreme power of the soul of slaughter, suppressing it with the holy flame of the ancient clan, the perfect combination of the Son of Light and the soul of slaughter, and he was destined to embark on an evil path from then on. Dong dong dong. The The corners of Xiao Yan's mouth rose, his chest was unprecedentedly hot, and a prismatic demon cube emerged from his hand, which was terrifying and unmistakable. Crack-cacha! The rays of light shone on this shattered piece of land, and suddenly countless voids burst, and a certain place in the medicine world was bathed under the filament of light, which was extremely warm. Lu Hao seems to have entered a special state now. His skin has become crystal clear, white and red, like a fairy, and his breath has undergone unimaginable changes. At the top of his head, the soul shadow of the slaughtering soul Lucifer is only above the body, but the graceful figure, accompanied by the dazzling blue holy light, is like a real god's mansion. She was surrounded by cyan holy lights, and she couldn't see any real face, but the more she did, the more curious it could arouse. Under such terrifying power, how amazing is his face! Looking up, the fighting spirit in the hearts of countless powerhouses is even more surging. It seems that it is because of the influence of the soul of slaughter? But even so, they didn't dare to give birth to any disobedience. Lucifer, the soul of slaughter, is one of the representatives of the peak combat power in the kingdom of angels. Zilala! Whoa! Xiao Yan reluctantly moved his footsteps, moved slowly, his eyes became extremely deep, the devil's cube emerged in his hand, and the monstrous devil's breath burst out. The power of the devil, the stronger the enemy, the stronger the fighting spirit. The devil's breath is an indelible, terrifying figure. Mortal, my light will resist the darkness. My divine power will imprison your body and sting your soul. Today, I will do another act of light to kill the darkness. Killing soul Lucifer is in action. The high-pitched Sanskrit sounds, like the stars of light shining with the power of purification, burst out endless cyan stars from the cyan soul shadow, slowly falling from the soul shadow, and fell towards Xiao Yan. It seems to have some kind of special magic power, and under this Sanskrit sound, everything is silent. Crack! With a sound, Xiao Yan's eyes became strange, the power in the devil's cube was completely shattered, and the devil's cube became dim and returned to Xiao Yan's body. It's just that the countless monstrous evil forces in the devil's Rubik's cube, at this moment without any suppression of power, flowed over Xiao Yan's body. Do not, as long as life goes on, as long as time goes by. I will never decay. Facing the divine power of the slaughtering soul, Xiao Yan seemed to have changed his appearance, a real demon who emerged spontaneously. Angel power, Tiandu Xinguang. Devil power, dark elegy. Boom! Two incomparably violent tremors suddenly burst out from the shadow of the slaughtering soul and the body of the demon Xiao Yan. It seems that in this kind of battle between angels and demons, even the 8-star Do Xian perfection powerhouse seems extremely small and powerless. The dimensional prism that enveloped the medicine world hummed, and a trace of cracks emerged, which was comparable to the abnormal withering here. In the sky of the medicine world, countless people looked up blankly, watching the interweaving of the cyan radiance and the dark green demon power on the sky, turning this place into a real purgatory. The soul of slaughter Lucifer waved his palm lightly, countless energy rays slanted down from the sky. The surging power washed away the evil darkness in this world, so that the power of Xiao Yan was rapidly purified. The power of the devil turned into an elegy. It was stubbornly resisting the invasion of the angel's divine brilliance, but only the devil Xiao Yan knew about it. Not enough. Now that the power of the devil is in the infant stage, he cannot compete with Lucifer, the soul of slaughter. In the body of the demon Xiao Yan, the endless demon power is like a dark green galaxy, constantly flowing in Xiao Yan's body. But from beginning to end, it cannot be wiped out by the radiance of light, it cannot be purified, and it cannot disappear. I am the devil, the creator of the world. Listen to the dirge of darkness. Finally, under the constant search of the demon Xiao Yan finally completely ignited the demon blood in his body, and a strong force filled his body, resisting the prestige of the slaughtering soul. That is the blood of the devil, the power of the devil that has already penetrated into his soul. It is the heart of the devil, strong and powerful beating. It is dark green, and even more bloody. It was an unprecedented feeling, like being provoked by the slaughtering soul, and now it is completely awakened, and the demon power is abundant to the limit. It is reincarnation, and it is also the strong aura that will tear this world apart. This is the real devil. Endless, endless killing. Please remember the first domain name of this book. 4 Novel Network Mobile Version Reading Website.